Hello everyone and welcome to Mathematics School. Let us solve a question from circles in this video using the basic geometrical concepts. The question is very important for JEE Advanced. So चलिए जल्दी से देखते हैं what is the question. The question says consider circles C1 and C2 with centers O1 and O2, radii R1 and R2 respectively. Intersect at 2 points A and B. So let us do one thing. Let us start tracing the two circles. दो circles बना लेते हैं. This is one circle. This is another circle intersecting each other at A and B as per the question. Their centers are O1 and O2 and the radius that they have given for the two circles R1 and R2 respectively. So I have traced the two circles. Now what they are saying? A third circle C3 with center O and radius R touches externally both C1 and C2. So now I'm going to trace the third circle which touches this circle or touches these two circles externally. So here is the circle which touches the given two circles externally. ठीक है? तो ये externally touching circle हमने trace किया. Okay, इसका center और radius क्या लिखा हुआ है? According to the question, we have to take the center and radius of the C3 circle, center O and radius R. So I'm taking the center as O and the radius as R. Center will be somewhere over here. So center का नाम लिख देते हैं O and the radius is small r according to the question. अच्छा, further they are also writing something regarding the chord AB. तो उसे भी पढ़ लेते हैं. Line AB intersects circle C3 at 2 points P and Q such that measure of arc, minor arc PQ is equals to 120 degrees. Basically, they are saying that the minor arc is subtending 120 degrees at the center of the circle and also O1 O2 is equals to D. ठीक है, तो O1 O2 length is D. Further, if I join A and B, अगर आप A and B को join कर रहे हैं, तो AB जो chord आपको नजर आ रही है, that chord further intersects the circle C3 at P and Q. ठीक है, so ये रहे points P and Q, and the chord PQ, and the arc PQ subtends an angle of, it subtends an angle of how much? 120 degree at the center of the circle. So this angle is 120 degrees. So ये angle भी मैं एक बार लिख लेती हूँ. This angle is 120 degrees. अच्छा, angle 120 degrees is fine. This is the radius. And can I say that if I drop a perpendicular from center on this chord, then ये जो perpendicular आएगा ना, इसका length will be r cos 60, that is r by 2. ये length r by 2 के बराबर होगी. Correct? Okay, so ये सारा information according to question हमने यहाँ पे trace किया. Now what exactly do they want us to do? Then which of the following options is or are correct? अब जो चार options दिए ना, from these four options I have to select the correct possible option. So all the four options में they actually want us to find out a relation between R1, R2 and D. क्योंकि अगर relation आ गया तो definitely we will be able to identify which option is correct. Solve करें कैसे? सॉल्व करने के लिए देखो जो जो चीजें हम आइडेंटिफाई कर पाए यहाँ पे वो हमने सब लिख ली. आइडेंटिफाई किया, अभी तो हमने क्वेश्चन रीड करके सारा इन्फॉर्मेशन लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पे. What I'm going to do is I'll start my question with first of all a construction. कैसा construction? आप क्या करेंगे? O से यानी सेंटर O ऑफ द थर्ड सर्कल से O1 O2 पर एक परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉप करिए. ठीक है, just drop a perpendicular from O on O1 O2. Now I'm going to write down some new points over here. कौन कौन से new points आ गए? जैसे हम इसका नाम रख लेते हैं, suppose ये हमारे पास है कुछ point y, and let this point be equals to x. One thing is very much clear that y पर और x पर ये जो blue and yellow line I have traced, they both are perpendicular to O1 O2, right? They both are perpendicular to O1 O2, and further जो distance between x y है, that is also equals to small r by 2, as you can see from here. I have traced parallel line. So distance is r by 2 over here. अभी करना क्या है? How to get the relation between r1, r2 and d. So now look carefully what I am going to do. Because the circles are touching each other externally, especially the green circle is touching the white circles. So if I join the centers O1, O2, if I join the centers O1, O2 and the centers O01, If I join the center OO2 or OO1, I will be getting something like R plus R1, R plus R2 according to the circles that we have selected. So in case I want the lengths OO1 and OO2, I will be able to calculate it very quickly. अब आ जाते हैं हमारा कैलकुलेशन पार्ट पर, यानी क्या करने वाले हैं आप ये तीनों सर्कल्स अपने स्क्रीन पर आसानी से देख सकते हो. I'm going to start with first of all O1 O2. O1 O2 length is D according to question. I'm going to multiply it with, first of all with, I'm taking the point y. तो ध्यान से देखिए अब हम क्या लिखेंगे यहाँ पर. I'm going to write it as O2y minus O1y. Okay. D multiplied by O2y minus O1y. What do you mean by D multiplied by O2y minus O1y? Can I write it as D is O2y plus O1y multiplied by O2y minus O1y, right? I started with this one. It got converted to this form, which is nothing but O2y ka whole square minus O1y ka whole square. Correct? But what is O2y ka whole square? So again, pay attention. O2y ka whole square now I'm going to write. How I'm going to write? So O2y ke whole square ke liye, just do one more construction. Join O and A. Join O2 and A as well. ठीक है, हमने A को O1 O2 से ज्वाइन कर दिया. अब मैं लिखने जा रही हूं O2y एंड O1y. कैसे लिखेंगे ध्यान से देखेंगे. आपके पास O2y जो लिखा हुआ है, this O2y का होल स्क्वायर can be written as R2 square minus AY का होल स्क्वायर. I'm using the Pythagoras theorem in the triangle AYO2, right? AYO2 में Pythagoras theorem को यूज किया. This is the result I'm getting. Minus O1y. What is O1y? O1y को you can write as R1 square minus again AY का whole square. But this AY square got cancelled and I'm getting the result as R2 square minus R1 square. Correct? This is the result I'm getting for D times O2y minus O1y. तो लिख लेते हैं, ये फर्स्ट रिलेशन हमारे पास आ गया है D times O2y minus O1y के लिए. This is the first relation. A similar kind of relation now I'm going to create with the point x as well. ये देखो, ये जो फटा परपेंडिकुलर हमने ड्रॉप किया ना, इससे भी मैं ऐसा ही एक रिलेशन फिर से लिखूंगी. यानी if you go in the similar direction, you write D multiplied by O2x minus O1x. This is equals to, now how we are going to write it? This is going to become D को फिर से आप लिखोगे O2x plus O1x just like the previous case. ये बन जाएगा O2x का होल स्क्वायर minus O1x distance whole square. But O2x whole square and O1x whole square को now I'll write using the Pythagoras theorem. कौन सा ट्राइंगल लेने वाली हूं अब मैं लूंगी ट्राइंगल O1 O2. हम इस ट्राइंगल की हेल्प से इन्हें फिर से लिखने वाले हैं. बट O1 O2 में O2x का होल स्क्वायर कैन बी रिटन एज O2 का होल स्क्वायर. एज यू कैन सी O2 होल स्क्वायर, राइट? O2 whole square minus this perpendicular length. And similarly, when you want to write O1x का whole square, this will be Pythagoras theorem से hypotenuse का square, O1 का square minus the same length, right? Same perpendicular. So can I say that ultimately it will turn out to be R plus R2 का square, R plus R1 का whole square. Correct? This is what we will be getting. Let's see, it will convert to what form? It will convert to R2 square minus R1 square, and then we will have plus 2R taken common, R2 minus R1. Correct? This is what we are getting. So this is the second relation that we can write. This second relation आ गया. But D times O2x minus O1x. D times O2x minus O1x को अब आप ध्यान से देखो. I'm going to club this 1 and 2. R2 square minus R1 square मिला था ना. I'm going to write this R2 square minus R1 square as D times O2y minus O1y. This is 2R, R2 minus R1. Now see the beauty of the arrangement of the terms. Okay, so next step is very important. Just watch it carefully. I'm writing D times O2x minus O1x. I'm shifting this term to the left hand side. Minus O2y plus O1y. Right hand side is 2R multiplied by R2 minus R1. Is it clear? Now, what is the next step? I'm going to club the terms. ये जो 4 terms दिख रही है ना, इसमें से मैंने O2x and O2y को club कर देना है. Club these 2 terms. Let us go back to the figure and let's see what is O2x minus O2y. So what do we have? O2x. O2x, let me just highlight it. O2x. Where is O2? Here is O2 and x. So this is O2x, as you can see. And from that, I'm going to subtract O2y. O2y को मैं subtract करूंगी. O2y को subtract करेंगे any with. What is O2y? As you can see, this is O2y. So when you're subtracting O2y from O2x, I can say that what we are getting is nothing but the distance xy. I'm going to write the difference of these two as xy. The distance xy. Similarly, O1y minus O1x. Let us go back to the figure and see once again. What is O1y minus O1x? So O1y minus O1x. O1y, first of all, you can see this is O1y, from which you have to subtract O1x. So subtracting O1x again gave me the distance xy. So I will be getting once again the distance xy over here. On the right hand side, this is nothing but 2r into r2 minus r1. What about xy length? That distance also we calculated that this is small r by 2. Now 2xy implies that I can write left hand side as d multiplied by small r, right? It is going to become small r. Right hand side is 2r into r2 minus r1. Right hand side is 2r multiplied by r2 minus r1. You can see that r can be cancelled from both the sides. And I got a relation in terms of d, r2 and r1. So this is the relation that we should have for the conditions given in the question. 3 circles पे जो conditions हमें दी गई है, according to that, d, r1, r2 are going to follow this relation. अब अगर ये relation follow करें तो let us go back to the options and check what all options are correct over here. तो क्या क्या ऑप्शंस हमारे पास करेक्ट हो सकते हैं, अब हम लोग चेक करेंगे. फर्स्ट ऑप्शन में r1 is 6, r2 is 5 and d is 2. Absolutely correct, because what I need to check is distance d. जो d distance आएगा that should be 2 times r2 minus r1, or it can also be r1 minus r2, है ना? r1 minus r2 भी हो सकता है. So this is what we are getting. So this is equals to option number A. This is absolutely fine. What do you say about option number B? It is not a correct option. Coming to option number C, 9 minus 6, 3 into 2, 6 आना चाहिए था, which is not there, so it is not correct. D is also not correct. So we have only option number A, which is the correct answer for this question. So hope you enjoyed the question. Please don't forget to like the video, share and subscribe the channel. See you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.